Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian, and today we are doing deck number 2 of what deck we would like to potentially revisit for the next Deck Tech Revisited, because there are a bunch of decks on the channel that I've made up quite a long time ago that are now kind of ready to be remade because there's a bunch of new tech or the way those decks are being played has changed. This deck, Izzet Delver, is a perfect example of that, where Izzet Delver used to be a really good thing and used to be like, oh yeah, Izzet Delver, Izzet Delver, Izzet Delver. And it still is in Legacy, technically, but nowadays it's more like an Izzet Pyromancer deck, because Young Pyromancer is freaking rad, and there's a lot of cards that play very well with it to allow you to get a win. By the way, if you haven't seen the first video was Merfolk. I would recommend go seeing that. And if you want to vote, by the way, if you want to vote, the voting is all being done on Patreon. There is a poll in Patreon. You don't need to be a Patreon supporter, but you do need to have a Patreon account, which takes 2 seconds to set up. So if you want to vote, that's how you vote for what of these 3 decks you want to see revisited into something a little bit better. So this deck, when I made it, was around $70. It was somewhere, I think it was just under $70, but it was $70. A lot of these cards have actually come down in price now, and this deck is, I think, $50. So this deck has a lot of room to be pushed back up. I mean, I figure if we're going to upgrade it, we're probably going to upgrade it to like an $80 to $90 deck. So it's not super expensive. It's still quite budget comparatively to other modern decks, but there is a lot of room for some more aggressive upgrades for it. So a few of the cards that I would like to kind of take out. We have Condescend. I'm just going to go left to right here. Or right to left, technically, if I'm actually doing this. So Condescend. Condescend is really good because we're using it to flip Delver of Secrets. In the long game, Condescend is... I'd like to run maybe 1 or 2 of this card, not 3 of which we're running currently. Electrolyze is still fine, but again, I'd probably want to run a single Electrolyze, put the other one in the sideboard, put other stuff in here. Spreading Seas is good. I like Spreading Seas. Not really interested in getting rid of that. Magma Jet, again, Magma Jet is weak, but we're using it again to flip Delver of Secrets, so that's why Magma Jet's in here. If we potentially remove Delver of Secrets, there's a lot of other good cards we can actually put in and take out that are just completely in here to flip Delver of Secrets. Izzet Charm, lackluster for the most part for me. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. More often, it is not quite what I need. Because when we're getting it in the late game, it's a counter-target spell, non-creature spell specifically for 2, unless they pay 2. So it's kind of like a worse mana leak, and it's not really what we want. And it deals 2 damage only to a creature, not to our opponent's face. I mean, usually we'll use it for the draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards, and that's kind of not the greatest thing in the world. So, other things we're running, Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting actually has been pretty good. I think Faithless Looting has been pretty good in this deck. Lightning Bolt, yeah, fine. Niv Magus Elemental is... he's in here because I couldn't find something else that I really wanted to put in that was budget at the time. Nowadays, I'm thinking things like Thing in the Ice would be really good. There's a bunch of other cards that I'm thinking that are really good. What do we have for Wizards? She is a Shaman. He is a Shaman, technically. And Delver of Secrets is a Human Wizard and then a Human Insect. So that doesn't really help us either. I mean, there's a bunch of cards. There's a bunch of creatures that we can be slotting in instead of Niv Magus Elemental. Niv Magus Elemental was really good because we were playing it with Giga Drowse, which we're running 4 of in this deck because we were trying to get this little combination going off. So Giga Drowse has Replicate, so you can basically pay a whole bunch of blue and make this a whole bunch of copies of the spell in the stack. So you can, play it 4 or 5 times. Usually you would try and tap down all your opponent's stuff, or the other option, which we were actually trying to do, is we would eat all of those copies with Niv Magus, getting it 2 counters. Sorry, 2 +1/+1 counters. Jeez. Reading and talking is hard today. So that was kind of the plan. The problem is, back when I made this deck, there was Fatal Push hadn't come out yet, for one. So there wasn't as much really super quick, super aggressive hate cards, like creature removal cards, spot removal cards. So nowadays, with Fatal Push in play, this combo is just a lot weaker, because there's a lot of people that are just going to be like, okay, cool, I can just get rid of it really fast. So it's a little bit risky playing a 1-drop where you're trying to, get it super big and then swing in, because it'll likely just die. Obviously, the same thing goes for Young Pyromancer, but the thing about Young Pyromancer is if we do play Young Pyromancer, they go to Fatal Push it, we can play a Lightning Bolt or something else in response and still get a trigger off of Young Pyromancer, which is nice, where it doesn't really make any difference with this guy. Delver of Secrets, which is the namesake of the deck, is good because it is a cheap creature that turns into a better creature down the road. It's just gets better as we play it, and we're not too overly concerned about Delver of Secrets in a lot of ways, where this guy here, we're trying to make him like a, 6-7 and swing into our opponent's face. Or actually more like a 5-6 really is more realistic. Where Delver Secrets, it's 1 mana, we don't have anything else to do, it's just going to eventually turn into a 3-2 at some point, so he's cheap value that we don't really care about, where this guy we do have to care about, so... And then we had a bunch of other stuff. We had Serum Visions as other ways of filtering cards, which is also why we have Faithless Looting. Serum Visions obviously is playing well with Delver Secrets, which is why we're not running Opt. I don't think Opt was even out, actually, when I put this deck together. So I don't think I would, if we're going to keep Delver Secrets in the deck, I don't think I would actually replace Opt with Serum Visions, or Serum Visions with Opt, I should say. I would not replace it because this allows us to draw a card, which is good because it replaces itself, and then it scries 2, which helps set up Delver. So Opt is the other way around. You get a scry 1 and then draw a card where you don't get to set up Delver. And then Vapor Snag was our pseudo creature removal, which I guess it works. It's just mediocre. And then we were running a single Ghost Quarter stuff, sideboard. You get the idea. Let's jump into a game. I've spent 5 minutes talking about what this deck is, what are the things that I'm like kind of lukewarm on, and yeah. So Izzet Delver right here. And we will jump into a game, or try to jump into a game, and see how this goes. And again, like last time, if the game goes long, we'll play 1 game. If the game doesn't go long, we'll play 2 games. We'll see how it plays out. This is the name of the game. Just keep saying game and game a lot again here. So, good luck. And then let's throw our opponent off the screen here. And what do we have here? I like this as a opening hand. I would like to keep this. We're on the draw, by the way. Our opponent won the thing. Okay, so opponent's turn. We are going to probably try and run out Pyromancer. Okay, so it looks like we're playing against Affinity. Okay, and if it's not Affinity, it's something that looks like Affinity. Usually you're playing this if you're playing Affinity. So I think we run out Island Serum. Oh yeah, not dragging. Clicking, not dragging. I think we're just going to do Serum Visions first turn, see if we can't fix some of the top of our library. We have Faithless Looting and Bolt. I kind of want both of those, to be honest. So, what are we doing? We're going to be playing Young Pyromancer next turn, which means it doesn't really matter the order we draw these, so they can both go on top of the library. Top. Ooh, actually, I should have not put them both on top, because then we're gonna miss land drops. Gonna miss land drops. It's not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. I probably should have thrown Bolt on bottom, so when we draw into Faithless Looting, we can actually play Faithless Looting and hopefully find more land. Well, too bad for me. I mean, technically, we might draw into it. We are going to draw into Faithless Looting first and then into Bolt, unless I did that backwards, which I don't think we did. Hey, definitely Steel Overseer. Tempted to actually Magma Jet Steel Overseer. Huh. Yeah. Tempted to bolt that guy. Let's see. So it was definitely... I mean, by bolt, I mean Magma Jet. Let's not. Let's get the Pyromancer out. It's going to be better play to get the Pyromancer out, and then next turn we can, in theory, either Faithless Looting it, Vapor Snag it, Faithless Looting, and then Vapor Snag, Faithless Looting, hopefully drawing into a land, because we'll draw 2 cards on top of the Lightning Bolt we're going to get next turn. We have a few options, but it's going to be dicey. And again, as I said, we're definitely playing against Affinity, which we're okay matched against. It's an okay matchup. We need to have an aggressive opening hand in order to play against Affinity. If we don't, if we have like a pretty slow opener, it's going to be really hard for us. Or if they have a really explosive, it's going to be hard for us because we're not as fast as them, which is our big problem. So, yeah. Yes, indeed. Okay. And does he attack in? Probably not. I don't see why he would attack in. It seems like something that you just don't want to do. He'll probably do the counters on our end step. So we get the Bolt. I think we go Faithless Looting. So this guy's going to trigger. Always making the things. Always making the things. So we're going to draw 2 cards, and we have to discard 2 cards. Ouch. Yeah. That's the thing. I'm really tempted to... what? Don't think Giga Drowse is going to be... Oh, Giga Drowse could be helpful. Do I go Giga Drowse? I'm kind of tempted to pitch Giga Drowse because we don't have lands. And we're going to play it for 1, which is not really that helpful. And I'm kind of tempted to pitch Condescend, because Condescend right now is going to be counter target spell unless they pay 1. And a lot of their stuff is already like super dirt cheap. So I think we go this way. And I think what we do is we actually Vapor Snag on his turn. Yeah, I think that's... Let's go to combat. We're going to swing with the Young Pyromancer. And we'll see if he wants to block. Do we see if he wants to block? Will he block? Let's see if he wants to block. I think this is probably the best bet. Because if he loses a Steel Overseer, he loses like a major token generator for him. Like, just things are going to get big. Oh, he can actually... Oh, no, that's bad on my part. What he's going to do is he's going to try and make it bigger, probably. I think we're going to try and save this guy. Yeah, I know. Probably could have done it on our opponent's turn. I mean, I probably could have done that before, actually, and then we would have got 2 damage in anyways. Yeah, okay, I could have played that better. I think it was kind of a miss. So one of the problems, and I think I've said this probably like 30, 40 times. You guys are probably sick and tired of hearing this. Playing so many decks all the time is a really good way of not getting good at any one deck. The more you play one deck, the more you realize, like, what are the good lines of play? And for me, I'm just, like, trying to rationalize it in my head as I'm playing. Yeah. So I probably, on that line of play, I could have done one of 2 things. Either I could have Vapor Snagged this guy back to our opponent's hand, which would have been cool. So Vapor Snagged it back to his hand, and then swung for 2 damage, got 2 damage in guaranteed. Which probably would have been a better play. Because then again, he has this turn, he's going to be spending mana. The other thing we could have just held off. The other thing was he has Welding Jar out now. So even if we try and bolt this guy, he's still technically going to be able to regenerate it. Which is annoying for us. I think what we'll probably end up doing is swinging in with both of the elementals. And, I have much more no time to play. Opponent has to drop the game. Sad. Okay. Our opponent just said, I'll swing it over here, so you can say, sorry, I have much more no time for playing, so he has to go. Yes. This would have been such a good matchup. Okay, well, it looks like our opponent is going to have to concede, I'm assuming. Yeah. So, our opponent is going to drop the game here. Which is fine. Not the end of the world. It happens. So you're going to see another game here. So I will. There we go. Back to play lobby. We're going to get another game going. That's fine. We'll get another game going really quickly here. Get a game going nice and quickly. So I would have been a good game. I was excited to play against Affinity. I haven't played against Affinity on MTGO much. I tend to play against a lot of blue-white control. So we'll get good luck, and we'll see. We will see, because I'm just doing this all in one big take. We'll see if this guy wants to play it out with us. Hopefully he does. That'd be rad. That'd make my life so much more happy. And as far as opening hands go, this is keepable, but not amazing. We're going to keep it. I don't really want to keep a 4-lander, to be honest, but going down one is less fun. It's much less fun. Okay, so we are either playing against Ponza or some other form of Zoo-type deck. Might not actually be Zoo, something similar to Zoo. I would also assume Ponza would generally tap this down first turn. Or do that thing first turn where it's, yeah. Let's throw out the island. And we could put our opponent off for 1 turn by playing Giga Drowse now. Do I do that? No. I'm going to hold up Giga Drowse for a Young Pyromancer and try and get the extra value. Because theoretically I could have stopped on the upkeep when he untaps this thing and tapped down Stomping Grounds. So there's Farseek. Maybe I should have. Because he's now going to get some advantage of things, yeah. Okay. So we get some other Stomping Ground. I'm kind of thinking I should have done that thing with Giga Drowse now. Didn't. Should have. Live life and regret, I guess. Alright. I think we're going to get the Young Pyromancer down now. Try to get it done quick, because then we can start playing Giga Drows and other stuff, hopefully faster. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed indeed. Because we could theoretically Giga Drows tapping down a couple of his things next turn. We'll see what he gets. He gets a lightning bolt. Less fun for us. So there's that spot removal I was talking about. I mean, Young Pyromancer, again, is one of those cards where we want to get it out and start getting value off of it, but if we don't, if it dies right away, it's not the end of the world, theoretically, for us. And this is where we're going to Spreading Seas this thing away. Yeah. Goodbye, Valakut. Don't really want to deal with you. And then we draw a card, and I think we're just going to run out a Delver. Yes. So it's actually Scapeshift is what we're playing against now. So it's not Ponza, it's Scapeshift. So the idea of Scapeshift, if you don't know, Valakut is whenever you have, what is it, you need to have 5 or more mountains in play. So when you have 5 or more mountains in play, the next mountains you play, so if you get another mountain down, it deals 3 damage to target creature or player. Or is it target player? To any target. Yeah, target creature or player, so, or Planeswalker, technically. Okay, so there's Bloodbraid. Into Skrull Tribelder. Well, that's a thing. That's a decent flip. Decent flip indeed. We're probably going to just Electrolyze, blowing up at least this guy. Yes, this is going to be the plan. So he's probably going to swing in. Why not? 3 damage to our face is always fun. Especially for him. Bloodbraid Elf is fantastic, by the way. I keep seeing it in more and more decks, which I'm excited about because I like Bloodbraid Elf. I think it's a really fun, because I'm a big fan of creature-based decks, kind of like the let's play aggro, creatures on the board decks. So I'm always excited to see, Bloodbraid. And we reveal a Lightning Bolt. Yes, let's flip our Delver of Secrets, please. That sounds fantastic. And we will run down that. I think we just Electrolyze the Bloodbraid. Hold on, cancel that. Instant speed. We don't need to do it now. There's no reason to do it now. I think what we do is we, at this point though, I think we just run out 3 damage to our opponent's face. And we're not going to do Lightning Bolt yet, so we are going to play the other Delver of Secrets and holding up for Electrolyze. Gonna be the plan. And I totally just skip my main step. God dang it. Sad day for me. Sad day for me indeed. Not the end of the world. Not amazing, but also not the end of the world. Yes. And we're gonna, as I said, we're gonna Electrolyze the Bloodbraid Elf. I can't believe I did that. I thought we were on the block step still, or like the damage step. I guess we don't stop on the damage step. So I'm not sure what I was doing there. Summoner's Pact. Search the library for a green card. I think this will be okay. Mostly because we're probably going to Giga Drowse our opponent into losing next turn. Unless he goes out and gets a bunch more forests. Which I doubt he'll do. We'll see. We will see. And this is... Search the library for a green card at the beginning of your creature. Yes, okay, we're going to see. If he goes out and gets forests, for us. If he doesn't, we are going to make it so he dies to Summoner's Pact. It's going to be the plan. Make him die to his own accord. Via his own accord. This is the game plan. So he goes out and get 2 more Valakuts. So I think we're in a good spot. I think we're in a very good spot, actually. Very, very good spot. Let's Electrolyze this guy. For 2 damage. Because it's just 2 damage, yeah. Okay. Oh, cancel. No, it's on his step, so... Whew. I was like, oh my god, I totally just failed our plan. It's not actually what happened. So we save the damage. We draw a Faithless Looting, which is fun. Okay, going to our turn, we run out a Shivan Reef. A Shivany Reef. And do we even need to attack in? I think the answer is no. I don't think we do. But we will stop on his upkeep. I think we'll attack in anyways. We will attack in anyways. Here you go. Attacking in. And because I don't think... I'm positive that... Yeah. I'm positive Escape Shift is a sorcery. It's not instant. That would be insane if it was instant speed. So, I think we're fine. Okay. So, we're stopping in response to this. We are going to Giga Drowse. Choose a permanent. Replicate. 3 more times. And pay the 2 life for this. So, second one goes here. The thing is, can he... Oh. Okay, yes. Theoretically, he can tap down land in response to this, I think. Which, we'll see if he does do that. I'm positive he can do it. We will see. We will see. Let's see if our opponent actually does. Because I totally forgot that, like, oh yeah, he can tap mana in response to it being tapped. Which he should do. Yeah, there we go. My bad. I should have tapped down the rest of his lands, actually, if I was thinking. And his Primeval Titan. This was a really bad call on my part. Wow. Remember that time you just completely forgot the rules for Magic the Gathering? That's right now. That's me forgetting how to play Magic. This is me not magicking very well. And, well, shucks. God dang it. Wow. Wow. Slow clap is not even what I deserve here. Not even what I deserve here. This is like... That was epic level puntage. Holy Okay, well, I mean... Well, I'm sorry about this, everyone. I'm really, really sorry about that and how amazingly painful that was. I can't even amazing how... That is... Wow. Okay. I feel like at this point I shouldn't make Magic the Gathering videos anymore. I was so fucked. Sorry. I'm gonna try not to swear. So our opponent's gonna swing in, get a bunch of lands. We're probably gonna die because of it as well. Dang it. If I was thinking I would have tapped down this and a bunch of other junk of his. I'm not even sure what I was thinking there. Yeah. Giga Drowse. This is why I want to remove it from the deck, because it's actually not that good. Yeah, so there goes our there goes all of our stuff. There goes all of our stuff. This is our stuff dying. Wow, misplay. Yep. It's a hard day for me. It's a really hard day. Okay, so there goes all of our stuff. I don't see how we come back from this. Yeah, I don't see how we come back from this. Yep. And we were in a good spot before this. I mean, we were in a good spot before. Giga Drowse, I hate you. I think we have stuff in the sideboard, though. We can actually help deal with some of the stuff, though. So, let's see. 1 damage. Opponent needs a bolt. I think what we do is we concede, go to game 2. And then we'll see if we can come back from this somehow better. So for starters, Crumble the Dust. We have Crumble the Dust. You're good. Pyroplasm, meh. Destroy target artifact doesn't really matter. Grape Shot doesn't really matter. Doesn't really help. Ceremonious doesn't really help. I think it's really putting in Crumble the Dust and pulling out stuff. Probably Giga Drowses. I don't think they're that helpful in this matchup. Counter target non-creature spell. Technically, that's not a bad thing for us to have. I think we're going to go like this. We're going to see if this is any better. I think I can... Okay. Don't magic in the morning, folks. That's my lesson for you today. Man, I should have known. I was like, oh, I could do this thing, and I was like, yeah, this is gonna be so smart. And then I was like, oh wait, no, that's not how that works. Well, I hope I don't lose too many subscribers for punting extremely hard on how Magic the Gathering actually works. Dang it. Okay, we're gonna stop. We're gonna move forward. Moving forward here. This is a shaky keep, but I think it's keepable. Crumble to Dust is going to be really good. I think we keep it. Mostly because we're going to have Island, Serum Visions, stuff. It's actually not terrible. Also, Ghost Quarter basically allows us to get rid of Valakut as well if we don't have the 4 mana for this guy. Ooh, I want land. So bottom. Not that either of these cards are bad cards, I just would like more land because I'd like to get to 4 faster. Or I'd like to get red mana. One of the two. I mean, either of those seems like a nice thing right now. So, skipping through our opponent's turn. Don't need to do anything. Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. Don't need to stop on his upkeep anymore. I mean, we probably could have come back from that if we would have... Would I need to Giga Drowse? I probably could have Giga Drowsed his Titan and a bunch of other jazz. So, I think Ghost Quarter... And I think we Spreading Seas this thing, like, straight away. Goodbye. Drawing cards. Playing Ghost Quarter, so we could do other stuff. Island is not really what we want. We really need red mana. So we need to draw a mountain in the next couple turns here. That's what I'm learning. Okay. Anything better? Let's find out. See if I can make up the the super bad misplay. Okay, so opponent plays mountain, nothing else, which is fine. Well, it's an island, not at all what we need. I guess we ship it to our opponent's turn. We have nothing else to do technically. Cinderglade, fair enough. Okay. Let's see how this pans out. Mountain is what we need. We don't have, well, he doesn't have the land that we want to destroy yet, so I think we just Young Pyromancer? I think this is what we do. And, we could also theoretically... No, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, ship it to our opponent's turn. We're waiting for him to play Valakut, and then we're going to Crumble to Dust it. Get rid of it forever, which is going to be much better. Okay. Okay, where were we? It is my main phase. Did he play Valakut? He has not played Valakut. He has a lot of clues, though. So that's the thing. That happens. We could Vapor Snake this guy back. Play another Pyromancer. I think we do that, actually. The other option as well is we could always theoretically hold up Condescend, but I think running out another Pyromancer, bouncing this guy... Huh. Yeah. Yes, indeed. I think we're going to do that way. So this guy goes, and then we get a couple guys, and then we swing in. We swing in. That's how it's going to go. This is how it is going to go. Okay. Bouncing that guy. He takes damage. We swing for 2, and then we ship it to our opponent's turn. Yes. Just thinking here. Just thinking, guys. What do I need to do? How do I come back from this? I think we can pull it off. I think we can pull it off. We have enough kind of control, and as soon as he starts getting his like master game plan in, we have a way of dealing with it. So I'm okay with this as the plan. Again, there's a couple cards. There's a couple cards we have in this deck that I'm just like, I don't really want. Hey, he has Search for Tomorrow going. That's exciting. What's it on? It's how many suspended? There's one more suspend, so that's cool. I guess so. We just played it. Sorry, I'm not paying much attention anymore. Let's see. Blood Braid. The problem is we can play Condescend for 1. Which he can pay for. That's the thing. I think we're going to do it anyways, just to get more elementals. Yep. So, going to Condescend Braid, Blood Braid, get a couple more elementals. He'll have to decide, hey, do I want to keep this thing, or do I want to not? And we still get a Scry 2 no matter what, because that's part of the card, not part of, anything else. Cool beans! That's what we're doing. And we have a Lightning Bolt up as well, so we could always theoretically bolt his Blood Braid, in theory. So he pays the 1. And we have land on top. At this point, I think we just want to put the both at the bottom. Because I would like to draw into more action at this point, and we don't have any red that we need to deal with. Obviously, having another red source would be nice, but I don't think we actually need it at this point. So, another Search for Tomorrow. Which, I mean, I guess that's good. For a basic land. So he's going to go get a mountain, probably. I would assume. Maybe a forest. Probably a land, though. Probably a mountain, though. Because he wants to be able to activate Valakut sooner rather than later. And by doing, by going and fetching up mountains, means he has 5. He no longer has to worry about it. Oh, he does get a forest. Well, that's the thing. That is the thing that happens. So if he swings in with the Blood Braid, we'll probably just double block with elementals. Because I'd rather lose 2 damage to block. Okay, he's not going to do it anyways. So I'd rather lose 2 damage from this, and it's a mountain. That's the thing, I guess. The thing is, we could always get rid of Stomping Ground and fetch up the rest of Stomping Ground. I guess we have to hold up for Valakut. It's kind of how it has to happen. Now, we could go at 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Could go in for 8 damage right now. I think that's what we'll do. Yeah, I think we're going to go on the aggro plan right now. So, bolting the Blood Braid, which gets us 2 more elementals, but allows us to swing in for 8, which is why we're doing it. So, go to combat, swing with the everything, attack with all creatures, go, go, go! Putting our opponent on a relatively short clock here, which means they need to start doing some serious stuff next turn, which is fine. Ooh. Does he have anything? I don't think he shouldn't have anything. He has literally a forest. I don't know what he would play in his deck that allows him to win, allows him not to die, with just a forest. We will see. We will see indeed. He's going to Nature's Claim the Spreading Seas. Okay. Probably because he's finally drawn Valakut. So, Search for Tomorrow. What has he drawn? He hasn't drawn yet. Maybe he's just trying to get rid of it. Trying to find a thing to get rid of. So, yeah. So, Search for Tomorrow. He's going to grab... probably... I mean, Who knows what he's grabbed? Maybe a forest, because if he uses... Yeah, probably a forest. We are in the like the danger of being world waked to death. Or was it world wake? No. That's the name of a magic set. I always forget the name of the card. Always forget it. It's the sorcery, costs 4 mana or 5 mana. Sacrifice X number of lands, search for X number of lands. Looks like he's gonna play it right now, and we'll be able to say that card. That's the card I'm talking about. It is. Now, this is a Primeval Titan, which is not much better. Not much better at all. So he's gonna go grab 2 lands and probably kill our 2 young Pyromancers, which is annoying. But what we're gonna do, because he goes Searcher's Library for up to 2 land cards, any land cards. So if he goes and grabs 2 more Valakits, that's bad for us. He grabs a Valakut and a Mountain. Yes. So he's going to kill both of the Pyromancers, which is annoying, but understandable at the same time. Yeah. I guess theoretically, if we would have bolted our opponent's face, we would have had lethal this upcoming turn. If we would have done that, because we would have been down 1. Oh no, we wouldn't have been, because he would have taken 8 damage. Never mind, I take that back. Vapor Snag does allow us though to get in the damage. Vapor Snaggage, swing with the creatures, and then we can also crumble the dust. Alright, going to sideboard. We made it through that one because I didn't misplay like a boss. And by boss, I mean like just really badly. I think that we're not going to change anything. I think we're really running it back the way it is. There's a bunch of things I don't want in this sideboard. The sideboard is not good against this card. Against this deck. Okay, well, we're going to figure it out. It's not the end of the world. And, yes, it is not the end of the world. Okay, so 1-1. Probably could have pulled out that first game if I wouldn't have misplayed like the madman. So game 3, need to play better, need to be better. And I think we can. We're gonna have to hold up some of the counterspell stuff. Yeah. Hopefully also we get a good opener again, because having a bad opener is not like, this is a pretty rough opener. This is play mountains and nothing else. This is, again, here's a perfect example of where Izzet Charm is just really not what I want, usually. We're going to keep it. Because we're on the draw, so we'll draw 1, we'll play mountain, sure. And then we'll draw again and play another mountain. See if it happens. See if we draw into an island. Do we draw into an island? We draw into a Vapor Snag. Not really what we want, but actually, our Vapor Snag is like really bad in this matchup. Unless we're swinging in for lethal, it's not good. Because if we bounce a Sun Titan, if we bounce a Primeval Titan, he gets to trigger the Primeval Titan again. If we bounce a Sakura Tribe-Elder, he just sacks the Sakura Tribe-Elder. If we bounce the Bloodbraid Elf, he gets to re-cascade off of Bloodbraid Elf. Yeah, seems like this is not a good thing. Farseek, yeah, that's good for our opponent, not good for us. So they're all the stomping grounds. I don't think they're all of them, but there's a lot of them. Okay, we draw into an Electrolyze again. Not what we needed. Probably could have mulliganed. Yeah, it's a hard one. It's a really hard one. Crumble the Dust is something we obviously want to see because we want to be able to play it on a Valakut, which, I mean, may or may not happen at this point. And Condescend is also really good. Again, Tireless Tracker is like one of the better things to bounce, technically, because he gets counters on it. So whenever he cracks a clue, he gets a +1 counter, which he's going to be using that just to try and draw extra cards. But I think what we're going to do instead is we are going to bolt it. By bolt, I mean Magma Jet. So 2 damage, and I think you go on top of the libraries. and then you go on top of that card. So next turn, we will in theory draw into land, which is going to allow us to do other stuff, and then we'll draw into a card that's going to allow us to scry, and hopefully draw into more land. Fingers crossed. This is the plan. This is the way we're going to do it. I've had a pretty slow start, I will say. Pretty slow start. So there's the Blood Braid. Blood Braid into Bolt to our face. That's 6 damage, 1 go. Blood Braid, you're so amazing. I want to build a deck with Blood Braid. Because it's actually, I don't think it's that expensive. I think it's, wow, it's not that expensive. I think it's still like a $6 or $7 card right now. So it's not amazingly priced, but it's also not terribly priced either. I think at this point we electrolyze on our opponent's turn? Yeah. I think that's kind of the game plan. Obviously, we're not going to Vapor Snag. We're not going to Vapor Snag this guy back to his hand. Vapor Snag allows him to re-cascade, so that sucks. We could hold up for Condescend. I think we hold up for Electrolyze. Theoretically, we can also Izzet Charm to do 2 damage, but I think we're going to use this probably to draw 2 cards, discard 2 cards. Which, yeah, is going to be the plan. Is going to be the plan, but I think we're going to Electrolyze to get rid of this guy. Just because I don't really want to keep taking 3 damage to the face. Yeah. We can also use this in case he plays a non-creature spell, which, I mean, theoretically he should attack in first and then play spells. Or he can do that, which... Okay, well, let's Condescend for 1, I guess. He doesn't have any land, so we might as well counter the second Blood Braid. Yeah, let's do that. So it is a mountain, another one, and a Seer Visions. And we... I think we go top of library, so we'll draw the Seer Visions and then play it to draw the mountain. Which is okay. Not amazing, but okay. And he gets a Farseek. It's a nice draw off of, a nice pull off of Blood Braid. That's a nice thing about Blood Braid, by the way. Cascade is, as an ability, is when you cast the spell, it goes on the stack. So it's not like it needs to enter the battlefield. As soon as you play Blood Braid, even if you're playing it for 4, you still get the free Cascade. So he basically just played a 4-mana Farseek. Blind. So that's pretty good. And here is the 3 damage from the existing Blood Braid Elf, which we'll take and be happy about it. Yep, 3 damage, please. I mean, something else we can also Electrolyze next turn as well. We have options. Do I Electrolyze instead? I could just Electrolyze right now, draw the mountain. Electrolyze saves us mana, or saves us life on the regular. We need another little island is what it is. And we know we have a mountain on top. Could, in theory, Izzet Charm? I don't think that's a very good idea, though. I think it's going to be ship to our opponent's turn, Electrolyze on his turn. Actually, no. No, because we want to get that land drop. Okay, we kind of have to go this way. So, pay a life. Not the funnest play, but I don't want to miss the land drop, which is why we're not going to do it on our opponent's turn. So, we'll play the mountain, and then ship it to our opponent's turn. Fun times. Fun times are ahead for us. So, we take 1 damage in exchange for stopping 3 damage on a regular. We have Crumble to Dust in hand. We have all the mana for it. So if he does play a Valakut, we do have a way of just destroying it and getting rid of them out of his deck. I don't foresee him doing that. He's probably going to play it at the last moment because he's going to assume that we have Ghost Quarters and other stuff in the deck to kill it. So you don't preemptively play it because you don't want to give your opponent the ability to destroy it sooner rather than later. Yeah. Probably what'll end up happening next turn is he's probably going to try and get Sun Titan out. Well, not Sun Titan, Primeval Titan. So it'll probably be his next turn play is to get Primeval Titan into play. Which Izzet Charm doesn't block against, which is not fun at all. Okay, dokie. We get a young Pyromancer, which is fun. We could crumble the dust, theoretically, one of these guys, which doesn't help us at all. It literally does nothing for us. I think it's going to be young Pyromancer into Serum Visions just to get us some blockers. I know we're burning our life away. We're just like, please, here, let me take some damage. Let me take the damage. Come on. So we've had just some rough draws here. Just rough draw after rough draw after rough draw. So we draw into... Ooh. I think... I think this is going to go bottom. Yeah. Don't really want to draw into either of those. So, Faithless Looting. Getting some more elementals. And we draw into some more interesting stuff. Need to discard 2 cards at this point, so I think it's going to be Crumble the Dust. And I think it's going to be Vapor Snag also goes away. Yeah. Vapor Snag, not really the card we want. So, yes. Gonna end up playing... So, we'll see how the next turn plays out. Pretty sure it's gonna be a Primeval Titan, which will likely... So, there's the Valakut. Yeah. So, I have a hunch this is going to... If it doesn't kill us, it's gonna seriously hurt us. Because if he has a Primeval Titan in hand, then it's going to be another 2 damage off of the 2 lands he gets with Primeval Titan. So here is 2 damage. I think he has lethal on board, actually. So this puts us down to, what? It's 2 damage or 3 damage each turn? 3 damage each turn. Never mind, we are so dead. Literally he has like a magnitude of different things he can play. Primetime being one of them. Okay. Does 3 damage to each creature. So, that's the thing. Oh, we know he cycled it to draw a card. So he's going to hardcast Search for Tomorrow, get a mountain, and kill us. So, well, this is the thing. This is how this deck plays out sometimes. We just had like such bad draws. And this is the reason why I'm talking about, like, we need to upgrade this deck. Because there's a bunch of things we have that just don't give us the action we need. Specifically stuff like Izzet Charm, pretty dead card in our hand the whole time. Vapor Snag was okay. In this matchup, it was really bad, but we didn't have anything better in our sideboard to put in. So, anyways, my name's Adrian. This has been GiantMonsterGames. This is us taking a look at Izzet Delver and what we can be upgrading with it. So, if you want to vote, again, go to Patreon. Link is in the description below. Link is in the description below this video. Until next time, don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.